The Narc side. My name is Sharon, and I'm so happy that you're here. Every Tuesday, we talk about the things narcissists really do. The repulsive, repugnant, abhorrent, offensive, demonic doings of narcissists. Essentially, we accept on this channel that narcissists are incompatible with life. I know that may seem like a strong statement, but I'm very serious when I say it. They are non-viable, demonic entities, and that's the starting point of every single video. So if you're aboard with that, let's get into today's video. Well, let's get into today's video after I ask you to please subscribe if you haven't already done so. I put out new content daily, and I would love to have you be a part of the channel. Have you ever heard something completely random that just blew you away? Something that resonated with you so deeply that you couldn't help but think about it? Well, if you're a dog person, I have one of those such things for you. I learned that in Hebrew, the word for dog is kelev, and it has a literal definition. It means all heart. Isn't that the coolest thing? When I heard that, it just fit so true. That's what a dog is, all heart. Well, recently I heard something else that kind of blew me away, and we're going to talk about that today. You're going to be astounded with what I tell you, but in order for it to make sense, I need to begin with a story.
Hera, queen of the gods, was on the edge of her throne. A mountain nymph named Echo, renowned for her charm and chatter, was regaling her with a sensational story. But what Hera didn't know was that Echo was merely distracting her, while her husband, Zeus, was frolicking about with the other nymphs. Unfortunately for Echo, Zeus got sloppy, and Hera realized what was going on. Enraged by Echo's duplicity and powerless to stop her husband's adultery, Hera decided to silence the nymph for good. From then on, Echo could no longer enrapture listeners with her stories. She could only repeat the last words another said. As her conversations became dull and her company undesirable, Echo grew dispirited. One day, while Echo was drifting through the woods, she spotted a young man hunting deer. It was Narcissus, the stunningly beautiful son of a river god and water nymph. After his birth, a seer had given his mother a cryptic prophecy. Narcissus would live a long life, but only if he never really knew himself. No one was sure exactly what to make of this, and, in the meantime, Narcissus grew into a proud youth. His good looks attracted many admirers, but he preferred to amble through life on his own, and left a trail of broken hearts in his wake. Seeing Narcissus there, Echo was filled with longing. Unable to initiate a conversation, she walked after him. Soon, Narcissus heard a rustle and called out, "Who goes there? Who are you?" Echo revealed herself, but only repeated the word, you, making her tone as endearing as possible as she went to hold him. Agitated, Narcissus said, "Let me go. I can't stay." Echo could only counter with a plea for him to do so. Freeing himself from her embrace, Narcissus snapped, "I'd rather die than have you love me." To which Echo could only cry, "Love me, love me." Narcissus told Echo once more to leave him alone, then faded from her gaze. Echo wandered to a cave, and gradually her heart grew heavy and her body frail until all that was left of her was her voice, which the wind carried to vast, empty places. Forever after, it could be heard reverberating through hollow caves and rebounding across lonely clearings. But this wasn't even the first time heartbreak over Narcissus had proven fatal. A young man named Amenius had also been cruelly rejected by Narcissus. Before his death, he prayed to Nemesis, the goddess of revenge, that Narcissus would also, one day, know the pain of love. She heard Arminius's pleas and, upon witnessing Echo's fate, decided that it would be the final affront. It was time for retribution. So, Nemesis set Narcissus towards a clear, glassy pool. As he bent towards the water to drink, he caught sight of a hauntingly beautiful young man. Never before had Narcissus seen himself with such clarity. He spent the day acquainting himself with every glinting angle and glowing curl, then passed the evening gazing at his reflection by moonlight and sleeping with his fingers grazing the water. Days wore on, and Narcissus never parted from his one true love. When he reached out, his double reached for him, and when he leaned in to bestow a kiss, he also tilted his face. But when he tried to hold the bewitching figure, it disappeared. At last, Narcissus knew the agony of unrequited love. Eating and drinking nothing, Narcissus too wasted away. His neck ached from bending over the lake, and his legs became rooted to the grass. When the wood nymphs finally passed by, all that was left of him was a white and yellow flower, bending towards its reflection.
And that flower is a narcissus, or you may know it as a daffodil. All right, here comes the amazing part that I promised you at the beginning of the video. If you put a cut daffodil in a vase with other flowers, the daffodil releases a compound or an enzyme that unalives all the other flowers in the vase. Only it survives. So its presence literally destroys whatever else is with it. That was the Kalev all heart moment for me with the dog. That is crazy to me. And how fitting is that? That's exactly what a narcissist does. They destroy everything that is in contact with it. That's what a narcissist is. I try to be in good humor and joke around and stuff, but the reality is what I said at the beginning of the video is true. In my belief anyways, narcissists are incompatible with life. It's done for them. There's no hope at all. You need to save yourself at this point. So when I heard that about the flower, I just thought that was really interesting, and I wanted to share that with people that have an interest or are suffering from somebody else's narcissism. This is what narcissism is. I can't stand the word narcissism in general because it's too soft. It just sounds like a fluff ball thing, like it's nothing, like it's somebody who's vain. That doesn't come close to it. Yes, somebody who's vain or thinks they're good looking, yes, that can be a narcissistic trait to have. But narcissism, when you're dealing with narcissism, that is nothing. Somebody thinking they're good looking, I could deal with that. Narcissism is it's a scorched earth destruction in all ways. They always destroy. It's what they do. Think about it. Imagine, it's hard to think about this, but truly, if you put yourself think about if you could really live this way. If you didn't care about anyone else at all, never, your own kids, your animals, literally nothing. You see a little baby, in a stroller, and you don't think how cute that is or have a little smile. Literally nothing. All you care about and think about is yourself, to the exclusion of all other things. No one else matters. Imagine that life. That's what narcissism is. So they're so focused, only they matter. That's it. They're like, I don't want to insult animals by saying this because I'm such an animal person, but they're almost animalistic in the way that they think. It's just, I have to do this for myself. When an animal goes out hunting, they're not thinking about the feelings of the other, the animal they're going to hurt and hopefully eat for dinner. Narcissists likewise are like that. So when I heard this story, it was gratifying to me, and I liked hearing the origins, and then just learning that little bit about the flower. I thought it was incredibly interesting, and I wanted to share that with you. So let me know what you think. Did you find that interesting, or am I just easily entertained? Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Definitely like this video and leave a comment, and come back. I'll see you guys on Friday in True Crime Friday, and of course, all day long you'll see me putting up shorts. So I hope everyone has an awesome day. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll see you guys later on. Bye.